AITA for asking my wife to ask her friend to leave? I am not the original poster. That is you, School Spirits fan. They posted in r, am I the asshole? Mood spoiler. Things don't seem resolved, but I sincerely hope counseling helps. Less than. Original post. January 9th, 2024. My wife has a friend. We can call her Berta. Berta likes to show up unannounced, often in an emergency, and late at night. My wife has been friends with Berta for years and through rougher circumstances. I've seen my wife wake me up and herself up in the middle of the night to go pick up Berta from the airport. We've offered Berta a place to stay on our couch in the past. The problem is Berta never really asks. Nor does my wife. I show up. She is already there. And my wife asks if it's okay she uses our bathroom to get ready for work but doesn't ask if it's okay Berta even stay the night. Berta has stayed a few nights now. Each day. Waits until evening and I say something and my wife says that the day is included in asking to stay for the night. Then another night passes. I come home today, after a stressful day and expect to get some privacy. I go to my bedroom and Berta is sleeping in my bed with my wife, talking about their day. I passive-aggressively texted my wife that I had to take a massive stinking crap, and I hope Berta doesn't mind hearing or smelling it. Both got upset. I feel like my boundaries and consent is being violated. I'm tired. I just want to be home at peace. I just want to be gross in peace. I want quiet again in my home so I can grade. I want to watch my shows in peace. My wife thinks I'm being cruel, that I have too many rules and like she can't have friends. Only today she left me know Berta is houseless and has nowhere to go. So I guess she is staying longer? My wife says since it's her house too I can't say what happens with her guests. Money is tight for us as is. I support us on my own income. And Berta uses a lot of electricity while I'm at work and eats our food. I'm upset my wife didn't tell me this before I said yes. I want my wife to have friends. I really do. But this friend overstayed her welcome. AITA for asking my wife to make this friend leave? Relevant comments. Have you communicated with your wife or just been passive-aggressive? I have. Last time Berta overstayed her welcome. I sat down with my wife and let her know how I felt. I expressed that Berta overstayed her welcome. She agreed to me letting her know next time when I'm ready for Berta to leave. I let her know last night Berta should leave. I come home in the evening. And Berta is still here. You're NTA, but that was a slightly childish response. You're right. I responded childishly. IDK what came over me. I was so upset because I let my wife know I was uncomfortable. And when I came home the friend is still here and this time laying in my bed on my side. At this point I'm just desperate to get this person to leave. Does Berta or your wife work? Do you have children? 1. Berta doesn't work. Nor does my wife. 2. No. And right now, I don't think our relationship is in a good place for kids. They're both living off of your money. I really don't want to feel that way. But I think that might be how I frame it to my wife. That I consented to supporting her financially, not her friend. Is it possible your wife is sleeping with her? Should I be worried about my wife sleeping with this woman? I'm also concerned at how much of my sleep, my privacy, and my work comes after Berta. Regardless of sex, I'm trying to figure out why Berta comes first before me. Yeah, sleeping in the marital bed is weird. Could your wife be having an affair with her? That's weird, right? My wife isn't the first woman I've dated. Nor is she the first bi-plus woman I've dated. And that's never happened before even with queer women I've dated. Especially not them sleeping on my side of the bed without asking. I feel like I might have caught something I wasn't supposed to. I'm trying not to be paranoid. Wait, your wife is bi? Is Berta? Yes. I really don't want this to become shaming bisexual women though. But yes. And that's why them laying in the bed together they are just friends. But also, who does that? Quote, when you walked in, were they cuddling? Did they seem surprised to see you? They were cuddling and stopped. Berta faced towards her and I couldn't see. Maybe I didn't really want to see. IDK. One last thought from Oop. It really doesn't seem like I'm in a throuple I didn't realize I was signing up for. Update. Same post. January 10th, 2024. Next day. I attempted to talk to my wife about it, but she didn't want to talk about it with the friend around. So her and Bertha continued last night watching TV loudly in the living room. While I was working, finally, I got up and took the car and left. I just needed to get out. I went for a drive and let my wife know why I was leaving. Bertha left. When I got home, my wife and I talked for 3 hours. I talked to family and friends and they agreed with me. My wife reassured me there's no romantic, sexual things, but she feels guilty for the friend because my wife was in a similar situation in the past. The situation reads as very codependent to me and I tried to explain to my wife the best that I could that this codependency is impacting me in our marriage. That it's okay she wants to support her friend but that needs boundaries, parameters, and I need to feel like I can say no. And that if she wants to continue her friendship with Bertha, she will be doing it somewhere other than my house. I made it clear I don't like her. I don't like how my wife treats me around her. And if she wants to continue she needs to do so elsewhere. And as for the tension around me paying for everything, I let her know that it would make me less stressed if she did find a job. That if she can't understand wanting to come home and unwind, then maybe she needs to see how hard work is. Because I need that empathy as bare minimum from a partner. The lack of caring about my comfort or privacy is what concerns me. Especially given our financial situation. She seemed to understand. We worked through it, and I'm looking into couples therapy for the both of us so we have the language tools to work through it. Relevant comment. Oop explains what happened to Berta. Her boyfriend was kicking her out and they got into an argument. I wasn't aware of that. My wife wanted her to come to our place instead of a shelter. But my thing is, Berta is like this. I'm 30, my wife is 32 and Berta is 31. It's been 10 years of her having extenuating circumstances, as my wife calls them. Next time she comes to the house we need to connect her with services, but this is a close friend to my wife, like a sister, and I think there's a lot of guilt with connecting her to those services. I sound cruel, but Berta goes through a lot of breakups. And I'm kind of tired her relationship instability being our problem. More on wife having a job and them not having kids. My wife is looking and starts one again soon in a few weeks. She has worked in the past. We discussed her staying at home as we try for kids. Because her income is less than what daycare costs in our area. But she had a miscarriage. So I think returning has some emotional weight for her. Sorry if this is TMI. I don't want to villainize my wife. Not gonna lie, I was expecting an affair. I made it clear I don't like her. I don't like how my wife treats me around her. And if she wants to continue she needs to do so elsewhere. She seemed to understand. Not going to lie, I'm not confident about this. Bertha sounds exhausting, giving me vibes of a perpetual victim. It also sucks that the wife had no respect for what he was saying and he had to have another talk about the exact same thing. This is not a healthy relationship. She basically goyed a roommate without discussing it with her husband. Also, the bed thing is, even if not Seuss, a clear violation of his boundaries. I mean, she had another woman sleep in his bed without asking. This is what happens when the friend in crisis is always in crisis. Once everyone can muster through. Twice they muster through with some resentment. But after that it's, why hasn't this person gotten their act together yet? I need time to recover and this person isn't giving it to me. This is where reasonable boundaries come in and where Oop's wife needs to learn the word no. I am a bisexual woman with a super close queer best friend of almost 25 years, and the idea of cuddling with someone else in my Marshall bed is so obscenely disturbing. The rare time where my house, my money card seem necessary. Well, good to know that this is completely settled, and that there clearly will not be any later developments in this situation. Bertha is definitely a hobosexual. When you pay for a house, you should take the intruder's stuff and put them outside. Simple as that. Wife behaves like that 100% because she has no job. Jobless people are the most entitled ones. Such a shame. I love the secret lesbian relationship trope.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.